Hey guys, welcome to my food forest here in Sydney, Australia. Beautiful sunny day in the middle of winters, and just wanted to make a video about persimmons. So if you don't know what persimmon is, this is the persimmon fruit, aka Japanese fruit, aka Fiji fruit. Some people even call it kaki. So I'm not good in killing trees, but I've killed 2 persimmon trees. And I had no idea why I had killed them. I have planted it in different places. They are expensive trees, but both of them just did not grow at all for about 1 year or 2 years. They put on a few shoots here and there, but other than that, the graft part died, and eventually the trees died as well. So complete failure. I didn't know what was happening. But we've been buying these fruits non-stop from the supermarket because they are so good. They're crispy, and then they become kind of like jelly-like texture. So I wanted to give it a go again. Last week I planted one grafted persimmon tree again in the chicken area. So I wanted to share some tips on why I think the persimmon trees were getting killed and what I've done this time to stop it. So the reason my persimmons were failing, I think, was number one thing that you need to take care about persimmon is that they don't like their roots to be disturbed. If you are planting them, you have to be surgically handling them when you are putting them in the ground. I got into this casual habit of just taking out the tree from the pot and putting it in the ground. That doesn't work with persimmon. You have to be very, very careful not to disturb the roots. Make sure the soil in the pot is not spreading around, and it goes in the ground without any disturbance if possible. So this time when I planted the tree, I took care of that. I was very careful not to disturb the roots. Second thing that you need to be careful about persimmon is that don't buy bare root trees. So if you don't know about bare root, basically these trees are grown in the field and then taken out when they are dormant. So all the deciduous trees which lose leaves in the winter, they are dormant in the winter. The nurseries take them out, and they ship it to the customers. And at that time there is no soil, so to speak, in the roots. It's just bare roots, hence the name bare roots. So when they do that, because there are a lot of roots, they have to cut the roots. Again, persimmons don't like their roots to be disturbed, even if they are bare root. And this is not just me. This is some reputable nurseries out there saying that they don't sell the bare root trees anymore. So if you have had problems with persimmons in the past, don't buy the bare root trees. Buy the trees that are already growing in a pot. Third thing, drainage. So these trees, when planted, they don't like if the drainage of your soil is not good. So if the water is staying in the soil for a long time, just like avocados I have right here, they don't like the still water around their roots. They are very susceptible to root rot. And I think that is also what happened in my case, because the area where I planted them, I did not care too much about their roots. The reason for that is because they have a deep taproot. So the seed or the rootstock that is used in Australia, at least, or in a lot of other parts of the world, is called kaki, and that particular rootstock has a deep taproot. So when that taproot doesn't get enough into depth, the soil is not has good drainage, it will fail, and it means the tree will fail. So for someone like me who lives in Sydney, I have clay soil, so obviously drainage is not good, soil is hard. So I planted my avocados at about 1 meter height from the ground. I've done similar thing with the persimmon that I've just planted, but not the ones that failed. So if you have bad drainage, make sure you are planting the persimmon trees just like avocados at a bit of height, and make sure to dig the soil around it to make it soft. Fourth thing, fertilizer. So persimmon trees are very sensitive to fertilizer. If you are planting the trees, generally speaking, don't put any fertilizer in it, which can touch the roots. So for persimmon specifically, just don't add any fertilizer, just leave it in the soil as it is. When they start to wake up in early spring, late winters, then you can add a bit of fertilizer, but go easy on the fertilizer, just generally for any tree, especially when they are young. So just like lychees, on fertilizer, so go easy for persimmon. Last thing, these trees are natively grown, or natively they grow near the water. So these trees also like a lot of water, but again, give them water, but make sure your area around that has good drainage so they don't get into root rot. So hopefully third time lucky, and I will be able to get some of these fruits here in Sydney in next couple of years if everything goes well. I will make an updated video of what happens in spring, which is about 3-ish months, to see how it goes. Until then, have a good one. Bye.